Hi
Hi
guys.
guys.
So
So I
I
think
think
as of last month, COREN released a new memo concerning the change of year for engineering. So I know some of you might have checked it, while some of you might not. Actually, this is why this video is here. I think, and some of you might have just heard some rumor about it. Now it is truly that I hope you know what COREN is. COREN is the Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria. So they are the one that give license to engineers. They are the one that register engineer, and they're the one that give them stamp. They're the one that give them stamp. So they released a memo, I think last month, which is July, based on changing of year um for the engineering course. There are some other stuff that is released in the memo, but the main part is engineering is no more 5 years, it's now 6 years. So I tried to list down some of the things that some of us that checked it might have overlooked so that we can discuss it. So I have here that there's going to be a compulsory 1 year training. It is called post NYSC training, which is after NYSC. There's going to be a compulsory 1 year training for every engineering student for a graduate. So that is the 1 year that is being put to the 5 years that we already know before. So that's what makes engineering 6 years. So according to the memo, also they wrote there's a mandatory mentorship by a current registered engineer. So what they are trying to say here is that all those graduate engineers that are going for this post NYSC training, they are supposed to work under a registered current member, which is going to be like a tutor, a mentor to them. Sorry, it's going to be like a mentor to them. Also, there's going to be an online logbook or digital COS monitoring. So this one that they are trying to do, most of these COS trainers, most of these students are going, most of them are not actually going to COS. They're just going out there trying to fill um their manual and just find someone that will sorry, just find someone that will stamp their COS logbook for them. But this one, if you can, they are trying to implement the online logbook whereby the registered personnel that signed the book will be notified, and the registered personnel has to be a current registered member. So there's going to be also a stricter criteria for foreign trade engineers. All these foreign guys that come down to Nigeria to school, yeah, the way they do their works over there in the abroad is very different from the way we do our work, and especially those ones that are not using BS code and Euro code. Let's say those Indian guys or the American guys. So there's going to be a stricter training for them so that they can ensure they are well aware of how we do our things here. And with this, in everything we do in life, there's always the merit part and the merit part. So there are advantages to this thing also. I listed them down here so we can try to check it out. I list one, number one, it improves professionalism and skill verification. Most time people just go to school just to get certificates, but with this 1 year training, there's going to be like a series of 6 months. Then there's going to be a post NYSC training, which is going to be like a year and a half for training. So with this year and a half, you have to there will be a lot of skills like the AutoCAD training, the Revit, and all the structural design, electrical design, mechanical design, and the architectural design. You'll be able to have a lot of time to learn skills, and you'll be able to have a lot of time to gain experience. I also have here to reduce quackery. We now have a lot of quacks around engineering these days. Even a mason is now calling himself engineer. So they are trying to reduce quacks in the engineering field. Also have a hand. Also forgot to mention for this 1 year post NYC training, there's going to be like a token attached to it that will be paid to all engineering students every month. So there is going to be a token of 75,000 naira for all engineering students during their training. You understand? So there's going to be a token of 75,000 naira for all engineering students during their training. That's after NYSC because it was stamped post NYSC training for compulsory for all engineering students, be it even if you are a civil engineer, aeronautical engineer, um, mechanical engineer, electrical engineer, electronics, computer engineer. You have to pass through this compulsory post NYSC training. So I also have some disadvantages here that I listed here. More financial stress for fresh graduates. You know, after a lot of bars goes in school in university, you still have a lot of you still have another stress. Another, there are some people that will have to change location. That's paying for another bill, another unnecessary bills, which is actually supposed to be necessary. But all those stresses, traveling here and there, and these days to find a company mm, that has a registered COREN member is somehow. And most of these just take normal contracts. Registered member actually take a big contract. So it serves as stress to some of these people. It delays full entry into the industry. Some of these engineers, some of these young engineers, students, some of them have experience already. Some have experience before they enter school. So some of them, their hope is just to finish school, enter the industry with full force. But with this compulsory 1 year, they will have to wait for a year again to before they have access to the full industry. Which, yeah, I don't think is a bad idea, but some already have hopes and what they want. I also have I've talked about other access to students in rural areas, students that are trying to relocate because of this training. So as a new student, as an aspirant going for engineering as a course, as a career, you need to know all these things. You need to prepare your mind very well before you enter school. You need to know that engineering is now 6 years, not 5 years. There's now an additional year which is called the post NYSC training for for skill acquisition, and experiences to gain. Thank you.